Ho, ho, everyone, and welcome into the Christmas episode of your only source for Lakers sports, Laker Connections, right here on WTOP 10. I'm Ryan Joyce.
And I'm Zach Malwood. That's right, it's our holiday episode, and the outfits are on point today. The set is on point. Ryan, take it away.
I mean, we went all out here tonight, Zach, big time. Well, the fall semester is about to be over, and the hockey teams are fully within the season. But before we go on break, there's nothing we would want to do more than inform you about Oswego hockey. It's time for the fan favorite Wheelhouse Warrior. Zach, take it away.
Oh, how good it feels to be a Laker. The Oswego State men's hockey team knocked off the #1 team in the country and their rival Plattsburgh State Cardinals on the road Saturday by a final score of 5-3. This came just one day after a 6-0 trouncing of the Potsdam Bears. Oswego has now won 3 of their last 5 at Plattsburgh Stafford Ice Arena, and this is the second time this season Oswego has defeated the #1 ranked team. Ryan, a statement weekend for the Lakers.
Huge weekend here for the Lakers overall. I mean, first one, offensive effort for them was huge in that one. Only 10 minutes in the box in that Potsdam game, so a thing all year has kind of been the penalty. And for them, 10 minutes in the box, 25 there for Potsdam. Big time one there. Came into the game, they knew Potsdam was a bad face-off team and bad in the power play, and they really went to their advantage and scored a lot in that one. Shane Bull had 2 goals in that one as well. And then talk about Plattsburgh. This Oswego team, just up and down all year. You know, you have games where you look bad against St. John's, and you go into this one against Plattsburgh. Big time win for them overall, and take down a #1 team again overall. Really good, letting Plattsburgh 2 for 9 in the power play. Oswego has been great on the defensive power play. This weekend definitely showed they can be one of the best power play teams overall there in the SUNYAC. And then good comeback for Cal Shell. 0 goals in that first game, 3 goals there in the second game. Last weekend had 7 goals given up against the 2 teams, so it was really big for this one. And Oswego now 7-5. Momentum needs to go their way.
Yeah, what a weekend it was for Oswego, starting with Friday against Potsdam, boosting your confidence heading into Saturday. It was huge. I brought that up last week. Shane Bull, 2 goals, 2 assists. Tyler Flack, 1 goal, 4 assists in that game against Potsdam. Getting those guys back on the score sheet was super important for the Lakers. And then for Saturday, comes down to great goaltending and making the most of your opportunities. And the Lakers did both of those. Shell, unbelievable, 36 saves, like you said. And although they were only 1 for 4 on the power play, it was the first period goal, a power play goal, set the tone for the rest of the game. The Lakers were on fire. Staying with the men's hockey team, the Lakers come back home this weekend with 2 huge games against Cortland and Utica on the calendar. Oswego has won 12 of their last 14 against Cortland, who's been really strong to start the season. As for Utica, they are ranked #4 in this week's poll, and they've won the last 2 against Oswego. Ryan, a great past weekend for the Lakers, but it's not getting any easier for them.
No, not at all. I mean, looking at this, 7-2 Cortland have been great so far this season, and 6-1 Utica, so big so far. But for Oswego, I kind of mentioned they've been doing really well with just getting the offensive attack there. There's really was one guy to start the season, Shane Bull, but guys like Cal Bufos kind of got in the mix a little bit. Brock Krulicki won the SUNYAC Rookie of the Week, so a newcomer there for Coach Gosick, really got it figured out for them too. And you know, really morale games here for Oswego. You know they can beat these high caliber teams, but in terms of kind of getting the morale overall, it's going to be big for Oswego. 2 big games coming up against, we look at Cortland and Utica, and then a big win against Plattsburgh. So 3 games here. It's not going to be easy for them, and going to be one that Coach Gosick is going to want them to be really good in the power play and defense, kind of keep what they were going against that Potsdam Plattsburgh.
Yeah, it's really hard to say to just like repeat Saturday's performances, but I think it just comes down to goals because these 2 teams, it says it right here, Cortland 4.7 goals per game, Utica 3.6 goals per game. The Lakers got to keep up with that. So goals win games, and that's been proven time and time again for the Lakers so far this season. Cortland 1-2 on the road this season, but overall they average almost 5 goals per game. Huge for the Lakers. Utica, on the other hand, they have dominated conference play. 5 or more goals in all 5 conference wins this season. Oswego need their goal scorers to really show up for these big-time games. 2 really, really tough matchups, and even though it's at home, it's not going to be easy for them.
And for Oswego, looking at it, you have a really good offensive weekend with Potsdam Plattsburgh. They're getting the puck in the back of the net, which they hadn't done before. Keep those opportunities going and get it up for this Oswego team. Well, the weather outside is frightful, but the way the Oswego women's hockey team playing is delightful. Wow, I killed that one. The women's team regrouped after a 2-loss Thanksgiving break with a 3-1 win over Potsdam Bears. The Lakers find themselves in great territory, currently in the 3rd spot in the SUNYAC with 7 points. Zach, the team now has 4 wins in the conference and looking to find and keep the groove going.
I give you an A+ for the pun there. But we look at this past weekend for Oswego, and on Friday, they were pretty dominant against Potsdam. It says it right here, 28-25 in shots on goal. They had the 2 power play goals, 2 for 7 versus Potsdam, 0 for 7. But the faceoff wins. I mean, they dominated the faceoff circle, 52-19, completely dominated this game against Potsdam, and like I said, they grabbed the 2 power play goals. It led to a really good win overall for Oswego. Some really strong improvement though on the power play. That's big time. Death, Taxes, Ashlyn McGrath scoring goals. She's up to 6 on the season. Has been really strong for the Lakers this season. And credit to Lexi Levy, 9.53 save percentage, her 3rd win of the season. Just a strong performance by Oswego.
Puns are in full swing here tonight. But yeah, for Oswego, what a weekend for themselves. I mean, 2 for 7 on the power play as a team all year. They've been really good defensively. Lexi Levy, 5th game in a row, allowing under 2 goals. Been one of the best there in the SUNYAC. But on the offensive side, they've really found something to get going here because defensively they really slow down kind of the defense. And we looked at, Adrian a week ago. They just got to get the offensive attack going for them.
Definitely. That's all for this week's Wheelhouse Wire. After the break, we'll take a sleigh ride to Max Zeal Gym as basketball season is cruising along. Stay tuned. This is Laker Connections on WTOP 10.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Shine on that boy. Look at the bling. Look at do we got a diamond tester on? Yeah, that's getting bad. Yep.
10 out of 10 recommend on Yelp.
We're going to the playoffs.
I can't believe I missed that.
Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
What? I should take your phone away.
No. I'll call for a ride.
Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
I'm gonna need that back.
No.
Kevin!
Welcome back to Laker Connections on WTOP 10. And Ryan, what a weekend it was for the Oswego basketball squads. Start us off.
Well, the Oswego State men's basketball team are now 7-0 in the season after 2 wins this past weekend by 30+. They started off Friday with a 98-60 victory with 4 players in double-digit scoring, and then came back the next day with a 101-72 victory with help from Kenny Lazo and Jeremiah Sparks, who both had 17 points on the day. This weekend, Zach, the Lakers did not hold back, and they dominated the opposition.
Yeah, 100%, Ryan. Like I said last week, it was a get-right weekend for this Oswego men's basketball team. 199 total points on the weekend, but the identity of this team is really what Coach Leone is focusing on defensively. That's what he's really focused on. They were really solid against Potsdam, only allowing 60 points. It got a little bit away from them against Plattsburgh. They allowed 72 and were actually outscored in fast break points and points off turnovers. The offense will come, but it all starts on defense for this team. When they get in those kind of massive games, they really need to rely on their defense, and they're going to have a couple. We'll bring it up in a little bit. Like, the positive for the Lakers, though, they proved they have a ton of talent on their bench. A couple seasons ago, it was all about depth for them. 103 combined bench points in these 2 games. Just ridiculous stuff from the bench. It shows that they can bring these guys into those massive games.
No, and you definitely hit it. I mean, the bench this whole weekend was great for Oswego. I look at kind of like a guy like Josh Thigpen, who came out there, 10.7 rebounds in 13 minutes. you know, you look at the guys like Jeremiah Sparks, Aki Anderson, they're great. But when, you know, they get in foul trouble or they have to come in the game, it's kind of what showed this weekend for Oswego. The bench played well. Stephen Bradley, a freshman, had the green light for Oswego, came in the game, no conscience. So for Coach Leone, the defense is huge. But offensively, I saw a lot of good, you know, play from a lot of these guys on the bench there too as well. You know, what an addition Elijah Harrison was on the defensive end for Oswego. He's been great so far this year, and they really shut down, you know, both players on this team. Jeff Williamson didn't do too much, and just the defensive prowess was great all weekend. Looking ahead to the Oswego State men's basketball team is going to have 3.5 weeks off as the team will travel out west to Las Vegas, Nevada to compete in the D3 Hoops Classic Tournament. Oswego will start off on December 28th for Case Western Reserve University and then against Pomona Pitzer on the 30th. Both teams are undefeated as Case Western Reserve is currently ranked 8th in the polls while Pomona Pitzer is ranked at 20. So Zach, you got to think this is going to be a big test for Oswego to prove to everyone that they are going to be for real this season.
Yeah, 100%, Ryan. The talent the Lakers are facing off against in this tournament, truly amazing. A huge achievement for the Lakers to be invited to this tournament in Las Vegas. As you look here, as two powerhouses in Division III basketball, Case Western and Pomona Pitzer. Case Western 6-0, 89.7 points per game with 72.8 opponents' points per game. So, I mean, really not great defensively and really just rely on their offense to get them over the top. On the other hand, Pomona Pitzer, one of the best teams in Division III when it comes to defense. They're better than Oswego so far this season. 76.8 points per game. I think the biggest thing is Case Western, ton of experience. 3 of their top 5 scorers are grad students. They lost to Wisconsin Whitewater in the round of 32 last year. Probably had the chance to make it far if they didn't run into Whitewater like Oswego did. Pomona Pitzer, on the other hand, one of the best in the nation. Junior guard Joe Cookson, 23.2 points per game. He's top 20 in the nation. Both these teams really can put the ball in the basket. Oswego needs to be strong defensively.
Yeah, 2 really good teams, 2 NCAA tournament teams. But looking at it, both these teams, 37% from the three-point line, Case Western, 36% for Pomona Pitzer. And Pomona Pitzer, 15-1 in the conference last year. Really good teams, really good defensive teams. 61 points per game they allow. So for Oswego, it might not be the first weapons getting it done. It might have to be the other guys kind of figuring it out. And you mentioned Joe Cookson, 23.2 points per game, 10 points more than their second guy. So he's been huge all day for them, year out for them, and got to figure it out.
Should be a fun weekend that will be for Oswego men's basketball. But we move to the women's basketball team, and what a weekend they had. They made a statement this weekend. History didn't repeat itself on Friday with the Lakers defeating Potsdam 55-51, snapping an 8-game skid against the Bears. Then on Saturday, Oswego took care of business again with a solid 70-54 win over Plattsburgh to put them tied atop the SUNYAC standings. A 4-game win streak, Ryan. This team is rolling right now.
And they're looking really good. I mean, look at last year. They had a great start to the year. 2-0 in the weekend. Nail biter kind of in the game 1. 27 bench points and 14 points, 18 rebounds for Giovanna White-Principio in that first game. And it was huge. I mean, the defensive presence and down low for them is kind of what Oswego was missing last year. She's really grown into her own. I mentioned a couple weeks ago, they had a lot of young players. They have to kind of figure it out. But those young players are starting to become sophomores, juniors, seniors, so they're really starting to figure it out as a team. And then the Plattsburgh game, dominant fourth quarter, 20 points to 9 in that fourth quarter, kind of got it all figured out. 4 double-digit scores, which is not what we've seen in the past for Oswego because it's really been one player kind of getting it done. But in this game, they really shared the wealth, and they have a lot of players that when you need a bucket, they can go to a bunch of different people here, and they've showed this weekend that they're a really good team, and 5-2 in the season. Great start here for Coach Pinkerton and their squad. Yeah,
just giving credit to Giovanna White-Principio, 14 and 18 off the bench on Friday. How about let's run it back? 10 points, 15 rebounds on Saturday. You really, if you're Sean Pinkerton, you're ecstatic how this season has started.
And 30% from the three-point line has been great so far this season as well. After the break, we're excited to have Anthony Casson from the Oswego State wrestling team joining us in the studio. You won't want to miss it. This is Laker Connections on WTOP 10.
Jill told me it was Kitty from Glee. Yeah, what is it?
It's Al Roker. with sports and news and what to do. We're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTOP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTOP.
What's going on?
Yeah, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Matt, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow.
Wow.
Get a closer with that one.
Matthew.
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
Welcome back to Laker Connection. Joining us now is wrestler and co-president of Student Athlete Advisory Committee, Anthony Casson. Anthony, thanks for coming on the show. How are you doing here today?
I'm doing good. It was a pleasure to be here. It's my first time being here, so I wish many more.
So start off as a co-president. I just kind of want to get your how did you initially get started in the Student Advisory Committee, and kind of what drew you to that from that point?
Good question. So basically, I think one day my coach asked me like, hey, I need a representative for SAC. So basically, he asked me and my best friend Bryce Smith to join the 2 representatives from the wrestling team. And since then, I've been going to the meetings, every meeting, and I just been getting involved and being more proactive, giving ideas to so we can help the student athletes get a better life on campus, just help them out a little bit. And then last year, my junior year, when he was doing elections, initially I wanted to become president, and then someone ran it. I lost the election, then became vice president, and then now this year I'm the president. So basically, I just keep on stacking on myself in the leaderboards. So yeah.
And so looking at that and also being a wrestler, what's been the most fulfilling part of being both a student athlete and running this committee at the same time?
One of the biggest things I really noticed is a lot of time commitment. Also, it helped me a lot right now currently that that I'm meeting other student athletes, in the committee, having good connections, just helping every time you go to a meeting, just meeting guys and on the team. Just learning the different struggles that I have or just experiences. So it's a great thing to be part of, and also I'm getting better as a person, helping my communication skills and a lot of paperwork and just duties.
So you kind of mentioned, we were talking about kind of jumping into a bigger role from starting your sophomore year. You kind of joined the club. You weren't sure what it was, but you kind of liked it after that. What kind of made you make that big jump? I know you kind of hit on that, but also what has been the best thing you've done this year that you feel has been really impactful for the Oswego community and the athletes? So
one of the biggest things I noticed myself is I was more reliable. I think it was one of those guys that if someone needs me to be somewhere, I'm just constantly there. So I think accountability, just being there for my co-presidents at the time, and just being there, just trying to help out. I forgot the second question, so.
Just kind of what, this year, what do you think you've done kind of as a group? What has been the biggest thing you've done that you think that's made a big impact for athletes and just the whole community in general?
Good question. So this past weekend, we had our toy drive for the Oswego Children's Fund, and also we did our Chuck-a-Duck event for the men's and women's swimming team. So I think it was a great thing to give back to the community, and also having a good impact and just helping out especially in the holiday season. And Chuck-a-Duck, I think it was our first event. Usually we do Chuck-a-Puck in the men's and women's hockey games, but Zach Brown, my vice president, big time swimmer, he mentioned the idea of us doing it for the men's and women's swim meet. It was a great turnout. Fortunately, I couldn't be there. I was in the RIT for our RIT Invitational. So I heard it was a great turnout. I'm glad that we could have that event. Hopefully we could do more events throughout the season so we can have a bigger crowd.
So let's get to the wrestling quickly. It's been a great start to this season for you. What strides do you think you made in the offseason that's helped you to this success?
I would say there's not really any like big changes. I think last year I was dealing with a lingering knee injury.
Yeah.
I think so. Getting back on the mat, I wasn't really confident in myself like towards the second half of the year. This year I just more relaxed, just not really overthinking about like the matches, just doing my same routine like as always I've done, and just like staying positive and like just like going out there and not overthinking.
All right. Yeah, go ahead.
So, last question, the most important question, been on my mind. You're a Knicks fan.
Yes.
Anthony, can they compete this year? Do they have it
How
this
we
year?
feeling? How
Do
we
we have to
feeling?
make a
I
trade
don't
soon,
know.
or can they really compete this year? What do you think?
So, being a big Knicks fan, I think we're a playoff contender. Obviously, we have Brunson, we have Randall, we have RJ, we have a lot of good solid pieces on a bench. I think we just need, we need to make a trade, but I don't think we need to make a huge like.
Any player in mind that you like? I know one, Zach LaVine. I wouldn't mind bringing him around, but
I don't know. If we get Zach LaVine, is it going to move the needle in the East? Because you got Milwaukee, you got Boston, you got the 76ers are still good, Miami's still good. I think if the Knicks going to make a trade, they got to make something that's going to like propel them to the top of the conference.
I just got to have someone to hold out hope, I got to have hope as a Knicks fan. We don't have that too much, but this year, we'll see.
I don't know. The Yankees got Juan Soto today, so I'm a happy man. So.
I'm a very happy man.
That's true. Well, Anthony, thanks for joining us on Laker Connections, but don't touch that remote as we will be back with the chaotic Laker showdown coming up on WTOP 10.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
The Kinda Late Show with Chloe and Anna. Like licorice, Twizzlers, absolutely nasty. The thought of turkey is just nauseating. I think you're wrong, is what I think. You think I'm wrong a lot of times. I do think you're wrong a lot.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Moderator Matt Shermita, and it's beginning to look a lot like Lakers showdown. Stakes are at an all-time high tonight, gents. Are you guys ready?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I got my Christmas hat on. I feel like I have like extra powers. I
There
don't
you
know
go.
if everyone out there can feel it, but I feel pretty confident tonight.
I feel too. We got a holiday miracle here, Laker Connections. We're all in a little festive mood today. Let's do a little holiday debate on today's segment to end the semester off with a bang.
A bang.
As you guys know, this is a three-headed goat at the table right here, so we'll talk about the three goats of the holidays. The first one. There's no better way to spend a snowy day like today than to be bundled up on a couch watching your favorite holiday movies. Throughout the years, we've been handed hundreds of holiday classics. I know narrowing it down is near impossible, but I got to know what your guys' GOAT holiday movie is. I like your sweater a little more. We'll go with you today, Zach.
Thank you. I'm going with Home Alone. It's a classic. I don't have a problem with Home Alone 2 as well. But 1 and 2 I really, really love. I think if you're looking for like a perfect Christmas movie, it's Home Alone. Like that's for me the GOAT movie. I don't know really much more than that. I feel like just Home Alone is like every single Christmas It's on my television.
Don't know much more than that. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, one of the best comedies, not just comedies of all time, the best Christmas movie of all time too as well. Cousin Eddie is probably the best written character in like a comedy like that of all time. Crazy, relatable movie, just about being with your family, crazy in-laws. Everyone can kind of relate to that. You know, you have a crazy family overall, and neighbors are hilarious, and it shows the Christmas spirit. Just a guy trying to fulfill the Christmas spirit in his heart for his family.
So Home Alone, you're home alone, but I mean Christmas. You know, obviously they left him home alone, but I mean he's celebrating Christmas. Get Marv, shout out Charlie for looking like Marv, Charlie Harkins here at WTOP. But I mean, I can't go wrong with Home Alone.
I mean, for a comedy overall, come on, like National Lampoon's great. Chevy Chase can't get better than that.
See, I don't know, because my dad kind of looks like Joe Pesci, so I might want to go Home Alone. But we watch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation every year on Christmas Eve. It's tradition. It's huge.
Get your
in
family
my
around
heart.
the couch, get some popcorn. What's better than that, guys?
I gotta
Come
go
on.
Christmas Vacation, man.
Cloudy against snows. It's cloudy against snows.
We'll see how you do on this one. We got another GOAT coming in hot because in department stores all across the nation, we hear Mariah Carey basically every second of the month, as well as some other awesome holiday tunes. Because there's so much ear candy out there, from Bing Crosby to Michael Bublé. I gotta ask you guys, what is the GOAT holiday song? Ryan, take this one away.
Michael Bublé has some bangers. I'm just gonna throw it out there, but there's one song I think of every year, and you can listen to it kind of the way it was for Lampoon's last Christmas. You can listen to it this time of the year where you should, but I also listen to it in August too because I'm just always in the Christmas spirit. But I mean, George Michael kills on the vocals. We talk about the heart. Oh, man, I feel that one in my heart. Last Christmas, I gave her my heart. Man, it's just great. Hits you right in the feels, and great upbeat song.
All right, great. I'm going with Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree. Brenda Lee, I'm keeping up the Home Alone spirit like every single Christmas. Yeah, you hear Mariah Carey. I think of that song, Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree. That's what I'm going with.
You lost me when you said you listened to Wham's Last Christmas in August. It's Zach, come on now. That's a crazy statement. Not a bad pick, but crazy statement. You lost me there. All squared up, tied at 1.
Okay, here we go.
We're all old here. So we've all had our fair share of gift receiving and gift giving experience in our ripe ages of 20 years old. I'll ask you guys though, what has been the greatest gift you've either given or received? Zach, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, mine was probably a vacation to Miami. I don't know how you can go wrong with that as a holiday gift there. So that's what I'm going with. I do want to, I know Ryan as well. Shout out to my grandpa, Hess Truck. It was a tradition. So
my great grandma got that every year.
Yeah, so. Definitely. So Hess Truck could be one of the top of the list.
Yeah, for me, I mean, it's going to be another kind of vacation kind of thing, but not to the warm place, but to a cold place. We were talking about the Knicks here earlier. When I was like 10 years old, during the prime, like J.R. Smith, Pablo Prigioni, Knicks eras, I got tickets to go to MSG. My first game of professional sports, I saw Jeremy Lin. Will Brown was playing, D. Wade. Just a lot of players there too as well, and 10-year-old Ryan was screaming, excited. He was cheering with his soda and ready to go.
Florida.
We could call it a tie.
Knicks.
We could call it a
There's
tie.
no ties.
Just call it a tie.
Give me the Knicks.
Yeah, come on. Let's go.
Come on, get out of here.
All right, but to cap off our holiday episode, we do have some holiday photos from back home, so let's roll those. Let's get them from the back here.
Throw those up there.
Oh, there you go.
Shout out Marissa.
There you go.
Yeah, I was always the cuter kid, but shout out to that,
Oh, yeah. Shout out the family back home. Shout out Bella Vista for the holiday card there.
Oh, 2 dogs right there.
Dogs.
Dog 1, dog 2. Oh, my goodness gracious.
Oh, man.
But great photos.
Definitely great photos.
Great
Miss you guys at home. We'll see you soon. But that will do it for this season, season 20 of Laker Connections. From Matt Sharamita, Ryan Joyce, all of our crew in the back, I'm Zach Malwood. Happy holidays, everyone. We'll see you in 2024.
Happy holidays!
Yeah.